back for episode 15 of Have a Shift A, and Four Nations Face Off got kicked off last night. We're filming this Thursday, so yesterday was Wednesday for us, and boy oh boy was it quite a game.
Crosby.
All right, but before we get into that, we have a couple of announcements. We are still working on that trade deadline stream. We will let you know when we officially have it going, so make sure you're following our social medias for that. And speaking of our social medias, we're on TikTok now.
Wow.
Babe.
We are on TikTok.
Babe TikTok.
So you can find us on TikTok at haveashift_a, same handle as our Twitter. Go follow that, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Megan, is the camera crooked?
It looks a little crooked.
Does look a little crooked.
I think it might just be the lens thingy around it.
Possibly.
Let's
Because
hope.
it didn't look that crooked on the screen. And if
All
it
right.
is, I can adjust it. And
Awesome.
Babe edits.
You guys might be crooked.
we'll fix it. And last announcement, this is going to be our last normal episode before the hopeful trade deadline stream, because we are going on spring break. Half of
We're going on a business trip. That's why.
Jake's going on a business trip, really.
Yep.
We're basically all going to be gone next week, and then
Where are you going for spring break?
they're all going to be gone.
Florida,
We're all going
then
to be gone the week
Chicago.
after. So,
You in Florida?
For like 2 days and fly back home.
are you doing the same thing you did last year?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, you
Wow.
went to that Florida trip.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That's awesome.
So we're all gonna be in different states.
It's pretty cool.
I'm only going to be in a different state for a weekend, but
I'm scouting the.
Nick, where you going? Oh, you're going. Oh, I do.
I'm
remember.
scouting the Panthers and Lightning prospects for do this.
I'm going to
Okay.
scout the Predators with a little quick stop in New York City.
I'm going to go scout the Thrashers. Oh, wait.
I'm up in Erie.
You're scouting the
Erie
Otters.
Erie Otters.
Yeah, which I
don't
do
wanna
think we
scout.
should take Matthew Schaefer, defenseman, but that's just me. Anyway,
Okay.
Noted.
Well,
might as well talk Kyle.
we were a little scared last week that Sidney Crosby would not be playing in the Four Nations Face-Off. Well, he is, and he played last night, and boy, oh boy, did he show up.
Yeah, he's still the best player on Canada.
3 primary assists on the night. Canada had 2 goals before Sweden even had a shot last night.
Yes, last night was insane. Canada and Sweden went into overtime. Canada pulled out 4-3, and just the atmosphere was just absolutely
That is
electric.
the biggest water bottle I've ever seen.
It's massive.
You know what else is massive?
Nope.
Low taper feed.
No taper fade.
Okay.
Just like Canada's overtime win.
That was massive.
that was
massive.
That was massive. Even though when it usually comes to international play, I'm not always the biggest fan of Canada. It was really, really great to see Sid.
Really? You're
just-
not?
Don't be fooled by the shirt. I do not want anything to do with USA winning.
Don't be fooled by this. I don't want
do.
Canada to win.
But if Sidney Crosby wins, I will be okay with that.
I want all of Canada to win.
I was
even
happy for
Brad
Sid last
Marchand.
night. I
Go
was
cheer
happy.
Marchand at the Bell Center.
Holy cow. The guy was chirping Carlson like crazy
Yeah.
last night. He was giving it to him.
As he should.
Also, can we just talk about how all 3 Penguins actually looked great last night?
Yes.
Carlson, Raquel,
Where
and
is that?
Crosby.
Raquel almost scored on that deflection.
Raquel
Yeah,
almost scored.
I thought he did for a
He
second.
had a big point in the Sweden's first goal
Yeah.
on the right circle. He had a moving screen. It was great. You know, couldn't Bennington.
Yeah.
Yeah, couldn't even see a thing. So.
Yep, and you had both Sid and Raquel in the starting lines, which was awesome.
McDavid got absolutely crunched last night.
By Darlene.
It was crazy.
That was.
Yeah, but right off the bat to start the game, after they had a whole awesome ceremony, they had all the captains of all the teams join with some legends from each country. You had Daniel Alfredsson for Sweden, Mike Richter for the USA, Teemu Solani for Finland, and of course Mario Lemieux for Canada.
It was
Awesome.
That was sick.
Bell Center loved him.
Yes,
Mhm.
Bell Center loved him and Sid, but right off the bat,
And the Lemieux really hasn't come out to the public eye in like a while.
No.
So I was
So-
kind of surprised to see him.
yeah, that was a nice surprise to see.
He did the starting lineup for Canada as well for
Yeah.
the game.
He said the kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And right off the bat, we talked about last week that proposed power play that Canada had. Sweden got a high sticking penalty, and the deadly power play came out right away and scored.
What a goal.
I think it's just
There's no
unbelievable how
song.
Sidney he's done that before. I mean, I wasn't surprised that he did it, but the fact that they were practicing the exact same play in practice the same day and pulling that off in a game with
McDavid.
just unbelievable pressure put on them. I mean,
eyes in the back of his head, like literally.
McDavid
he
to
knew
Sid.
he
to
knew it was going to be
McKinnon.
there.
One
Like,
minute
come
into the
on.
tournament. 1 minute into the tournament.
On.
That's really a lot to say about these guys. Is just that not only is that fantastic, and that he hit him just perfect right on the tape to have that memory of like, hey, Nate's going to be right here. But not only that, but the trust that he's going to be ready to shoot that puck, that he's going to be there, that this
That's
trust you put on, everybody on that team to make sure that the other guys are covered so that the puck can go through. And he threaded the needle right between defensive skates, went right to Nate, and just buried it.
That's
No
what
look
happens when you have
pass.
3 legends on the ice on one power
It was
play.
a classic Sidney Crosby assist.
Yeah,
Classic.
That's what I said last night as soon as the goal was scored. I was like, classic Sid.
How do you
He's good.
defend that? Like,
it was.
are you
You
Sweden?
don't.
You're
He had
shaking.
3 points.
As soon as McDavid, McKinnon, and Crosby come on the ice, you're shivering. You are clapping yourself. You are shiver me timbers. Like you just know you're cooked. Like
Speaking of the power play, I like how the refs let them play. Each team only got 1 power play each.
yeah,
And not calling penalties in a tournament like this and letting them play physical.
Yeah.
I love to see it.
and there was question. I don't know who brought it up to me. Somebody brought it up to me like, "Oh, are they even gonna be physical in this tournament?"
It was probably
Yeah.
Matt Palangi.
I don't know. It was either him or it was either Palangi or
I mean,
Drew. Just
when
like,
you're
curiously asking me, but-
playing for your country, how do you not put your heart and soul on the line?
exactly.
Yeah, it was
Exactly.
the amount
And
of
they
guys.
did. I mean,
Like-
we talked about
And
it.
this is like the first time in such a long time that they're getting
Yeah.
to play for their country.
Literally, like
Matthew-
I'm so excited to see
Yeah.
Brady and Matthew tonight.
Speaking of Matthew Tkachuk, he literally said when he was doing interviews, it's like we're playing 4 game 7s. Obviously, he said 4 because he's saying we're going to the championship. We like that confidence. But if they're all treating this like game 7s, this is not just like a lax all-star game where no one wants to try. No, they're going to be physical. They want to win for their country. Shea Theodore got hurt last night.
and so did
I
Lucas
think-
Raymond, but he came back.
I think one of the greatest things about the heart that these guys are putting in is not just, physicality with the hits and things like that. It's always a big part of the game. But I think one of the biggest parts of the game is you have guys in the middle of NHL seasons who have chances to go to the Stanley Cup playoffs, have chances and are a huge part of their team to the point where I need to be on this team if I want to win a Stanley Cup, if this team wants to win a Stanley Cup later in the year, and they're
Like
playing
Shea
this
Theodore.
mid-season tournament, and they're laying out, putting their face in front of these shots.
It just shows
And
how important their players feel this tournament is.
And that's
Yeah.
that's awesome. It was really
It
cool.
is awesome.
It was
Like,
really cool to see these guys laying down,
this
getting
is
hit by
not-
pucks. Like, it was
This
really
is
awesome.
not an all-star game. This isn't even
No.
close.
No,
Like
it's not.
not
Who
only
did-
was like the players playing like that, but can we talk about the crowd in the Bell Center?
Oh, it was
Holy crap!
awesome.
They were chanting defense
Yeah.
during the penalty kill. They were cheering on Canada. Like Crosby's name was echoing. That was just amazing.
Canada
dude.
needed their fans because they blew two goal leads in the game. Like
Yeah.
they
And
were
that
on. They were.
overtime.
They blew a 2-goal lead.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was peak hockey.
I
Like, go
was
ahead.
so happy it went to overtime. I'm going to be completely
Me too.
honest. I was like, this is the perfect way that this tournament gets started because it was they do 10-minute overtime, and you and I were talking about this in podcasting class, and you said it was going to be a 10-minute overtime. I was like, oh, is it going to be 3-on-3? And I think you said no. But then on the broadcast, they said 3-on-3. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
it
it's
is
10-minute
3-on-3.
3-on-3.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Could you
10-minute 3-on-3 is what I wanted for so long.
Thank God Mars
Dreams
scored,
are coming true.
because they
this
would have went
week.
to a shootout if they didn't score
I
in
know.
10 minutes.
That would have shootout to start.
I
I
guess
would
the
have hated. I'm gonna
players
be honest.
though really didn't like 10-minute 3-on-3
They didn't?
No.
because they were too tired.
Yeah, I saw that.
McKinnon was like-
Well, McKinnon, I mean, he
Yeah,
he
McKinnon-
outskated like 4 guys for 4 shots.
McKinnon kept walking through everyone.
Like he would
Canada
just
had-
he
He
would
did
go
the same-
start
he did
start
the
his own
same
blue
play.
line and then work all the way back
He did the exact same play
Yeah.
3 times in a
and
row.
almost scored 3 times.
Exactly.
You have to
Canada
think of-
had McKinnon, McDavid, and McCarr out at the same time. I'm like, this is the fastest line in hockey. Like,
Yeah, it was.
Oh
it
my
was-
gosh.
This
And
is
like-
that was the
yeah.
fastest line. in
4 minutes
NHL
into the
history, in
overtime,
hockey history.
I was like, where's Sid at? Like,
That's what I was saying. So this is the point I just
Sidney
wanted to bring up.
Crosby.
I got a little scared though because going down the ice, you saw McKinnon there, and you saw
McDavid.
McDavid. Makar was getting off the ice as well, and then you had a split with McDavid getting off, and then Marner going on,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then he took that cut all the way to the back, and the play before that they got bailed out, which caused Sid to go off the ice.
Yeah.
Sid gave away this complete break. He
Oh,
gave
yeah.
away the 2-on-1.
and he was
Oh yeah,
trailing
I
for
was
that
He was
2-on-1.
trailing for that 2-on-1. He of course was being like completely selfless, like did not want to go for that, and was trying to look for that perfect opportunity, which is the Penguins, what they do all the time. They don't take the shot, and but you lost that puck 2-1 the other way. I was like, it's gonna end. I'm like, this is gonna end this way, and I don't want it. It's gonna be.
It's
bad.
gonna end because Sid caused a turnover.
Yeah, I was like, it's gonna
Yeah.
happen. It's bound to happen.
And Bennington said
Bennington
no.
said no, which I was
Yeah.
not surprised. I thought he would have let his temper get to him like he always does, but he didn't. And he played a nice game, and he kept his head in the game. And
Can
Great
we
job.
imagine a
great job by,
Canada-U.S.
Marner.
brawl
Yeah.
with Bennington trying to
But
fight
speaking of
Alabama?
Bennington, I know that was like the big question. I think he played all right in this game, but what stood out to me is he made the big saves when they needed it.
Yeah.
Same with Gustafson,
Yeah.
though.
Oh my gosh, Phil.
Both goalies played great. Like,
You
I
could
was-
have.
They're like numbers here. Bennington with 8.885 save percentage. I mean, that's not
There was-
great.
I think
but-
it was when it was tied in the third period. Gustafson had that crazy save, and like if Sweden would have won that
Yeah.
game, you could have been like
Or
Gustafson
Devon Toews.
saved the game right
Mhm.
there. But obviously they didn't win.
that was a big point for Sweden, though, to get a
Oh, it
point
was.
against Canada
Something
when
I
trailing
did.
by 2. Yeah.
Something I did want to bring up. I wanted to go back to your point about the players like not being a fan of the 10-minute overtime. I think one reason McKinnon was gassed so much is because they kept putting him out there because Crosby was out like I want to say second shift for
yes.
when it started.
And then basically
Yeah.
the
And then they just kept switching like
but
Marner and Stone, McKinnon and McDavid.
Hagel
Marner
had a
and
good
Stone.
good
Or
opportunity.
Hagel.
Yeah.
I think it was
I
Marner.
no,
will-
they were putting the Tampa Bay three.
Hagel,
out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Sorelli, right?
Hagel and Sorelli.
Hagel, Sorelli.
And then that's like when
Yeah.
I got to the point like you said, like where is Sid?
Yeah, like come on.
Like
I-
why aren't you rotating Sid
this
out?
is a big thing with this though is one of the big aspects of why I think Sid didn't go out is they're trying to keep the lines together. And you saw Sid, and I kept my eye on Sid the entire time he was after that second shift. It was a 30-second shift.
yeah.
McKinnon had 4 prime opportunities on that net.
Yeah,
He
that's
get
why
a great save 4 times, but that was all in the same shift. He was out
Yeah.
there for about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's get on and get off, and I think that's what honestly could have cost them is those long shifts, and
I
that's
think
why I
another
think that
reason-
happened. That
That's
turnover
probably
happened.
why you
I think
were gassed,
another-
Nathan McKinnon.
I mean,
So-
another reason why they kept bringing McKinnon on is because he had those shifts. He had those great
No,
opportunities.
I understand that, but the fact that they're like, oh well, he had those 4 good opportunities, and they're like, but why? Like we were saying, why wasn't Sid on the ice? I said
Because
because
McKinnon wouldn't get off the ice.
McKinnon wouldn't get off the
Mhm.
ice. The puck, it didn't stay in that zone for all 4 of those shots. They were
No.
out. They were out there at the
No,
neutral
it was
zone.
a
They were
back and forth
passing that
overtime.
bench.
It's very exciting.
You gotta get off the ice because
I
you
will
need
say,
fresh,
though,
in
but,
this
like,
tournament you need fresh guys.
It's hard
Yeah.
to say no to McKinnon on a 3-on-3
That is
with that much
also
open
true.
ice. Like
I-
I know, because Sid,
Yeah.
he doesn't have the speed he used to, but he's got that vision.
well,
as
that's
we saw
that's
in
a
that
true
last.
point too. But like, if you want to keep using that speed, you need to get him and McDavid off for a rest, not just like completely
Mhm.
gassing them out in a 10-minute overtime. And then they're like, I cannot go out for like 2 minutes. Like, give them
Yeah.
the short 30, 45-second shift, get them off for another 30 to 40, put
It's
them right
also-
back out.
It's also
I will
like you
say,
don't
they
have.
look tired, but they still got good opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I mean-
type those guys they're gonna dig in. They're gonna find
Yeah.
a way to make it work.
I feel like I guarantee you, Tortorella. John Cooper was probably just thinking like, oh, McKinnon had all these great chances, stay on the ice until he score. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
he kept getting opportunity after opportunity. So Cooper was like, stay out there, keep doing your thing. Like, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if like he just kept saying that.
I do
Yeah.
think. I mean, you got 2 other options, but I think Bennington's the guy you want to play.
I think
for-
you
Mm.
ride one guy in this tournament. You got to choose a guy.
Yeah,
rather than
like
switching
I
You win. You win 2 games, you go to the championship.
Yeah.
yeah.
You win 2 games, you go to the championship.
I-
They have
yeah.
3 points.
I will say that. I mean, if Canada
have
lost
two.
this game, they would have had a lot
What?
of pressure.
Because they won in overtime,
Yeah.
they only have 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
if
if-
we win in
We'll go
regulation,
over
But I'm
that
saying,
minute,
I'm
too.
saying
Still-
if Canada lost this game, then they have to go to play USA. That's a lot of pressure.
Exactly.
A lot of pressure for Canada. So this was a big win for them.
Well, here's my question with because I know you said ride one goalie. do you think Canada should test out like maybe Aiden Hill? Because I would trust
No.
Aiden Hill more than
Too
Montembeau.
short of a tournament.
If
No?
Bennington
Too
has
short of a
Well, I was gonna
tournament.
say just
Yeah.
in the next game, and then after that you decide third game. Like, okay, we're
No,
gonna
it's
pick
too
one. of
short
these.
of a
unless
tournament.
I will
Bennington-
say it doesn't matter what goalie you have with that firepower that Canada has.
That is
just-
also
it's
just
true.
make
not-
the simple
Yeah.
save.
It's
Just
not.
make the simple
It's
save.
not going to be hard to beat Finland in
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
tournament.
Canada may have the worst.
If you want to win a
goaltending,
game,
but
Finland is the worst.
their offense is deadly.
like you got to expect
worst
like this.
defense
You have
by
to
far.
expect that you're not
Mm.
playing Finland. That's out of the timeline.
I
You need to
wouldn't-
expect that you're not playing Finland.
I wouldn't say that.
No, I'm saying going into this next game,
Oh.
you need to act like you're not playing Finland because you need to win this next game.
Yeah. Same
Because
with America tonight.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need to
Yeah.
act like you're not playing. You need to act like you're not playing Finland.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't. Okay, I got what you're saying.
I'm still I'm a little lost.
Like
Are you talking about Canada?
Yeah,
Still-
I'm
okay.
saying
Yeah,
Canada.
'cause
You need
Canada's
to act
actually-
like you're not
Are
going
you
to play
confused with
Finland
me too?
going into the U.S.
No, I just thought he was meaning like.
so like what you're
go,
saying is
you're
like
under the impression that you're not
it's
going to play Canada.
basically
Like,
Oh,
treating
you're not going
yeah.
to play
this-
Finland
Yeah.
at all.
Like you win this
Every
game,
team plays.
like-
yeah.
like
because-
treating the game against the U.S. like winner.
because think about
like,
it.
winner
U.S.
go
is gonna
home.
the
Like-
U.S. is gonna win tonight. Think about that against who they
I
play?
wouldn't-
Finland?
I don't think you can
I would.
guarantee that.
Yeah, I don't think you can guarantee that in this tournament.
No,
I think-
wouldn't.
I mean, Finland.
Like, don't get me
they,
wrong,
they're a
yes.
physical team. Like they
Finland's physical.
But-
Finland has the skill.
Think about
And
it.
they
Like,
have the goaltending.
they have Barkov.
Soros.
they have
They have
Barkov.
Barkov. They have Rantanen.
Line
Line.
Why did I say Line? Line.
They have
Patrick Laine.
Soros in net. Like they have a good team.
Granlund.
Sure, their defense is
Mikhail
mid, but like
Granlund.
Canada's goaltending's mid, and they won last
Yeah.
night. Who
Do
knows?
we,
Maybe
do we
it's
know
8.
yet who's starting for Finland?
I mean,
Like,
it's you gotta look.
Oh,
it's
it's
one
Soros.
game. It's literally
Okay.
one game. Anything can happen.
we're not.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Like going forward with like future games. Not going to talk about the U.S. and Finland because by the time you're watching this episode, that game has already happened, and we don't really want to predict something that's gonna have a result. By
What
this
if I
time
predict the
this comes out.
score right?
Jake can predict a score. Only Jake can predict a score because he seems like he really wants to.
6-2 USA.
Okay. I want to look ahead at the games on Saturday. I'm calling it rivalry weekend because we got Sweden, Finland, 1 o'clock on Saturday, which is going to be prime time in those countries, which is good job by the NHL scheduling. And then prime time over here, we got U.S., Canada, obviously. We haven't seen Finland quite yet, so I don't know how much we haven't seen Finland or U.S., so there's not really much for us to gauge for those. But at least maybe on the Sweden and Canada sides, what is something that Sweden needs to change? I know one thing is that they need to get jumping out of the gate early. But what about Canada? Is there something that they need to adjust because they did give up that 2-goal lead against Sweden? Like, is there something
USA's
they need to adjust?
USA's a lot
for
younger,
USA?
and
Yeah.
they got to be able to play a full game. And if they cannot do that, I know Sweden, of course, is younger, but of course, like the U.S. is going to be a powerhouse team.
Mhm.
And if you play the same game you play against the U.S. that you did Sweden, ended up scoring 2 goals. You kind of let off a little bit. You have a 2-goal lead. U.S. I mean, if we're thinking about this in a player type of standpoint of what kind of team there is, the U.S. is going to stack up more goals if you do not play that.
I don't like how we're downgrading Sweden and Finland. Like they're allowed to win these games too. Like
Well, no, I'm not downgrading.
No, I'm
them.
not
just
saying that either.
like,
But look at the powerhouse in the USA compared to Sweden. Forget about countries. Look at the players on USA and look at the players on Sweden.
I agree.
Sweden puts
yeah.
up 2 goals. You have 6 or 7 more guys on the U.S. who are capable of doing what the 4 to 5 guys on Sweden. You know what I mean? That did those 2 goals there.
It's one game though. I mean, like
Yeah.
that's how I look at it. Like it's one game. Like anything can happen in one game.
Well, I mean, we almost saw that yesterday.
yeah.
I mean, these teams are going to be desperate. They're going to give everything
Exactly.
on the line. So, like, comebacks are going to happen. Like, momentum's a big thing here. But one thing that Canada needs to change, probably just when you have the 2-goal lead,
Don't blow it.
don't blow it. You know, like,
Yeah.
don't
They're-
take your foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah.
It's giving Pittsburgh Penguins because we give up leads.
Well, we'll see what America does tonight with Sullivan.
Sully, please.
I mean, hey, the three Penguins so far have all been playing great. So
Mhm.
let's see if Sullivan can get back to his form tonight. Like, Post and Crosby were good, man. Oh, I have to yawn. Excuse me.
With Jake Gensel.
Mhm.
Yay!
I forgot he existed. I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna
Same.
be so for real. Even though I have a Gensel jersey, I'm so forgot he
yeah, I
existed.
want
How
I
dare
forgot he was on the
you?
team. Sorry, he doesn't
So
play for
rude.
us anymore.
I know that, but
Womp
I still
womp.
miss him.
Womp womp.
It's fine. No, it's not. Whatever. Moving on.
You got a contract here. You could have signed it.
Yeah, he had a contract.
Moving on. I don't want to relive the sadness of last year.
So
You
what's
got? Do you have beef with Michael Bunting or something? Like,
I did for a bit, but now I'm fine with
I
him.
Heart Bunt Daddy.
Okay.
That's my nickname for him. I've called him that since he was on the Leafs.
I've not heard that ever from your mouth.
say it while you can.
Yeah.
Stubis is gonna trade him.
I know. I'm gonna miss you, Bunt Daddy.
I had beef with Michael Bunting at first, but now I don't. I just miss Jake Gensel. That's all. Because he was my favorite.
Go to
He's
Tampa.
He's so good too.
Yeah, move to Tampa. Go
I'm
live
not
in
that
Tracy's house.
desperate.
Our parents are going to Florida to go see the Tuttons.
I'm not that desperate. I'm not
Go with
the
them.
biggest Tampa
Not that down
fan.
bad.
What?
Not that down bad.
Okay.
Maybe Jake Getzel's still single.
He's married and has a child.
Oh, sorry for you.
Stalker.
Yeah.
It's cold. I follow him on Instagram and have for a
Exactly.
while.
Oh,
I
she's
follow
so-
plenty of NHL players
Megan
on Instagram. I
Stock-
follow
All
Michael
right.
Bunting on
All
Instagram. Wait,
All
I
right,
do,
let's
right?
move.
DM assassin.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
What?
not assassin.
What?
All right, let's move on here.
Okay, something I wanted to talk about earlier. So, in case you are just listening and you're paying attention to the Four Nations, but you're like, I don't know how this format is working, and I don't know what they are talking about, and I don't want to because it's probably something stupid.
Okay.
Wow.
If you're listening on audio, I'm talking about Jake and Nick, but that's not really a shock. Anyways, so the format for this tournament is that if you get a regulation win, you get 3 points. If you get an overtime win, you get 2 points. We saw that with Canada last night.
This
If you get this many, if you get an overtime loss like Sweden did last night, overtime or shootout, you get 1 point. If you get a regulation loss, it's 0 points. Thank you.
Of course.
So I really like the system, especially since it's a shorter tournament. But I brought this up in podcasting yesterday. Do we think that the NHL should possibly adopt this point system
No.
or no?
Maybe.
No.
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
I
Because I
like
mean,
that.
look
We're on all different ends of
I
the
see-
spectrum. Please
like,
give
look-
your arguments.
look at the Islanders last year. They lost in overtime like 19 times or whatever. It was crazy, and they made the playoffs by like a couple points.
Because they're
I
kept
think
losing in
winning in
overtime.
regulation is a big deal, and I think you should get rewarded for it.
I agree. I agree with Jake actually.
Like, think about how many empty nets are scored, and they tied up the game, and then,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
it's almost like
I think it really separates the best teams, the good teams, and the average teams.
Mhm.
That system.
it almost feels like you're getting punished. Like if you give up a lead. Like obviously not all teams that win in overtime.
I mean, but if you give up a
Like,
last second goal,
gave up a
you should
lead.
get more punished.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Okay, good argument. Nick, are you still in the middle, or are you now on Jake's side? with
Oh no,
this?
I've been on Jake's side. For example,
Oh, okay.
I just
Go
want to throw out an example here. Calgary and Vancouver have the same amount of wins, but Vancouver is in a playoff spot with 3-point advantage because they have 11 overtime losses.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, looking at it, like, sure, Vancouver's been the better team as of late, but, like, poor Calgary, like, the 3 points, I mean, I know it's only 3 points, but, like, the 3 points behind and out of the playoffs because Vancouver keeps losing in overtime, whereas Calgary keeps losing in regulation. So, I mean, like, that point differential, like, it, like, makes kind of a difference. You know what I mean?
It does make a difference.
Yeah.
Okay, Ryan, you said no.
So what is this tournament? 3-2-1-0.
Yeah.
Yes.
So win in regulation is 3.
Yeah. Regulation win is 3. Overtime shootout win is 2. Overtime
about-
shootout loss is 1. Regulation loss is 0.
Okay.
So really, you're playing for 3 points, and
Yeah.
this would make teams probably try harder to not want to go to overtime because then you're not
Each
Playing-
team gets 2 points if you go to overtime.
No, each team will get 1, and the winner gets 2. Do I need to write this down?
So
Let's say-
okay. So I'll try to explain it.
Okay.
You win the regulation.
Yeah.
You get 3 points. The other team gets 0 points.
Yeah.
Go to overtime like last night. Canada gets 2 points. Since Sweden lost, they get 1 point.
So you're still
Okay.
kind of playing for an extra point like we do in the NHL.
But if you win a regular, the only difference is if you're winning a regulation,
You get 3.
You
the
get,
other team
you
gets
get
0.
3 points. So like you're still technically playing for an extra point in overtime, but you're also playing for 1 point less because you didn't get a regulation win.
okay.
Got
I mean,
it?
I don't. Yeah. I don't know. I have mixed emotions about it. I like what we have right now, but I get where you're coming from.
I
with
mean,
the-
even if the NHL use that format, I mean,
I feel like
I don't
it's
think it's changing like
no,
who
I don't
gets
think
in the playoffs and who doesn't.
No,
Probably
that's
not
why I'm a little-
dramatically, but I
Yeah.
feel like it would possibly motivate teams
I think that's-
more
I
in
also-
regulation.
I'd feel like it would separate. Like you see in the Eastern Conference, there's so many teams fighting for 2 spots. I
Mhm.
feel like it wouldn't be that way if we had regulation wins.
So that's
I
a good
mean,
point.
I think it helps.
But
It's
if-
a good point to
better-
say no.
Yeah, because a lot of the lower team fans would lose interest in the season if they don't have a shot in the
That's a
last 2
good
months of
point.
the year.
Okay.
there's benefits for both sides, but
Yeah.
there's also negatives for
Yeah.
both sides.
The NHL likes how there's so many teams competing for 2 spots. It keeps
Mhm.
fans engaged. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I could go either way, I guess now,
mm-hmm.
because
Okay.
I don't mind
I
that
just-
aspect, but I think it would really.
I think I
screw
just
up a lot
proved
of
my own
teams.
point wrong.
You did.
No,
And I think it was
No.
it was a good argument though. You had a
I
good
don't
argument
think
on
you-
both
two,
sides.
don't
yeah,
think
2
you-
good arguments.
I don't think you proved yourself wrong. I think it's just
It's
it would be fun
yeah.
for the higher teams,
yeah.
but it would suck for the lower
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah.
You'd be cutting out automatically 4 teams from the playoff.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it's good points on both sides. I think there's definitely benefits and
Take this one to court.
disadvantages.
Judge Judy.
There's no rumor of the NHL actually
Case
adopting
dismissed.
this. This is just our opinions and what we think because we haven't really used the system in NHL play before. So just figured it'd be a nice little chat. 2 more things and then we'll get into trivia, which I'm gonna have to go grab the whiteboards because I left them in my bag over there.
Oof.
But just a quick stat, and then we have some news. Since the gold medal game in the 2010 Olympics, where Sidney Crosby scored the famous golden goal that Nick Schermito was there for.
There,
Oh, not you watched.
I watched it on TV.
I thought you said you went to the Olympics, though.
I went to the Olympic so they have like a little like Olympic like kind of like a Hall of Fame in Vancouver. I went there like I was there like the summer after the Olympics.
Oh, my bad. I
No.
completely
bro went to
like.
Vancouver. That's all
I
that
did
happened.
go there.
Bro went to
I've been to
Vancouver,
Vancouver, like, 4
after the
times.
Olympics.
But you must have took my uncle's private jet.
I did. Yeah.
My mistake. My bad. Okay, Nick was not
I
there
was looking at that.
for the golden goal. I don't want to know what you're looking
It's
at.
just weird.
That's so weird.
It's 4 faces nationing off.
That's actually kind of funny.
That is funny. Okay, the weird picture is all captains like their faces.
We'll put it on the TikTok.
Yeah.
Ow, no, my phone.
That's great.
Good
All right,
content.
we're moving to
What I was-
trivia.
No, wait, no, we're not. We're not done. I didn't finish reading my stat.
Okay.
Okay, so since the gold medal game in the 2010 Olympics that Nick Schermito was not at, Sidney Crosby is 26-0 with Team Canada in international play. So Sidney Crosby has not lost a game as a member of Team Canada since his golden goal.
Just knock on wood.
But I want the U.S. to win.
No, no, you knock on wood. Come on.
Okay, let the U.S. win this weekend,
No.
and then Canada can have the rest.
No. Canada's winning every single game. The U.S. is getting absolutely dominated.
No.
Dude, I have Canada winning it next. Who do you have
I
again?
do not
USA.
want the Kachucks to win.
USA.
It's kind of weird not wanting your own country to win, but
Freebird is the goal song. I'm really excited.
But, like, it's
I
Sid,
just
though.
don't.
it's Sid.
I have more of a like
Attachment
love
to
for
Sid.
Sid.
Yeah.
Like he's like been a hero to a lot of people
Yeah.
since.
Well, I'm not gonna be upset if he wins. It's just that
I'm gonna be upset.
I just
I'm-
want. I just
I'm
want.
cheering for the
I just want a
US.
good hockey game. That's all I
Yeah.
want.
I'm
yeah.
gonna be pretty sad if he loses.
Freebird's the goal song. Rah. And the news that we had. Gary Bettman announced the World Cup of Hockey is coming back in 2028
Attaboy, Gary.
in February.
W.
He said the goal is to have 8 teams. They're having open bidding for where the location is, so it may even be in Europe, which I think would be really cool, really exciting.
Erie, Pennsylvania.
Or
I heard Pittsburgh.
Pennsylvania.
I heard Pittsburgh.
Well, there's no like rumored location right now. There's like bidding.
That's what my
for it.
sources told me.
Is your sources your own brain?
I will
No.
be there.
No.
But they said in a press conference
Qatar.
yesterday, Qatar,
Guangdong.
Makar and Qatar.
That's pretty crazy.
But they said that the goal is to basically alternate, to keep having this best on best happen, but alternate between the Olympics and a World Cup. So like 2026, we're going to have the Olympics, 2028 World Cup, 2030 Olympics, so on, so forth. They want to make
Keep
this,
going.
they want to make this something that keeps happening far into the future.
2032.
Now, I don't know what we're going to do in those odd years between Olympics.
All
and-
Star.
Probably.
Please don't do that. Just get rid of it.
Yeah, just
Just get rid of it.
This
We
is
just-
obviously
this is so
bringing
much fun.
This is so much more fun. Get rid of the All-Star
remember the
break.
All-Star skills when Kucherov didn't try last year?
Dude, it has
Embarrassing.
progressively gotten worse. And
like
it's
they've
just
tried to make it better, but it hasn't
there's no
worked.
reason to watch it.
Do you think they would try if each player got $1 million for like a conference winning?
I would.
They
I don't know.
play with the team splitting $1 million. But I feel
Oh,
like
they each
dude,
got
$1
$1
million
million.
is like, oh my gosh, whoever wins the deck hockey have a shift thing wins a nickel. Like, no, we're not gonna try. You know what I mean? Like that's basically
I
pennies
want
to
$1
them.
million.
It's
Deck
pennies to
hockey.
these guys.
I'll
what?
take a nickel.
I'll
Yeah, we're
take a
gonna try and
nickel.
make a deck hockey video too. That'll probably come out after the trade deadline.
Winner gets a nickel.
Winner gets a nickel. Ooh, I wonder. No, they probably won't. I was gonna say like, my favorite ice cream place is not far from the deck I'd like to try and go to.
Let's do it. Ice cream.
Well,
have a shift day
no.
after dark ice cream.
No,
And then we're going to go back
Here's
to
the thing.
Megan's and eat dinner.
here's the thing. I
Yeah, are we having dinner at your house?
we'll figure that out soon. Yes. But like,
Dark.
can I talk?
Have a shift day after dark at
Can I
Megan's
talk?
house.
I was gonna suggest like losing team has to buy the other team ice cream, but I don't think the place will be open yet. They're only open seasonally. So
I'm so down for that. I want free ice cream.
want
I
free
said
ice
they might
cream.
not be open.
Womp womp.
Doesn't
What are
matter.
the teams?
Well, I
I
think
think me and Ryan. Like,
no, you're both. You can't.
yeah.
No,
I like that. I
think that's
fair.
Yeah.
I
no,
think
you
one
guys are way
tall and
taller
one
than
short.
us.
Taller doesn't matter. We're playing hockey. We're not playing
Yeah.
football. We're not checking.
We're the
Yeah, we
duo.
are.
We're the duo.
We are the duo.
Good luck.
No,
Then we can do like little skills. I'll bring my targets and we could hook them up to the net so we could do skills and stuff like that.
Oh, I
okay,
agree.
but I think it should.
When are we doing it?
I said after the trade deadline, probably after the stream
Let's do the day after.
or the day.
The
the
day
day
after the
after.
trade deadline.
Let's figure
That's
this
when
out
we're doing
later. Let's figure
I
this out
can't
later.
feel my face when I'm with you.
Trivia time.
Trivia time. I have to go grab the boards. I'll be off camera for like 2 minutes. Not 2 minutes.
Trivia. Okay.
Oh.
Trivia.
I only have 5 questions, so you guys better get these right.
I will. I'll get them right.
Ice.
It's alright. Megan's gonna get mad when she loses again.
Dude, I
Did
have
you go
not
back
won a
and watch
quiz.
the film about your role.
I
That was
did
Yeah, what
not.
the heck is
completely
that?
a lie.
I think you guys might have been right, actually.
You think?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
then.
you're right.
Loses one game,
Oh my god.
changes. the
Lose.
Why
Losers
is
are
my
mine.
mic moving so much?
Loses one game, tries to completely change the quiz. That was
I'll just do
actually
it.
insane.
Take
Here.
the-
Give me these 2 and then
So
give me 2.
salty.
Oh, dude, she's living.
No, I'm just frustrated with my
She's already
mic.
manifesting her buying us ice cream, Jake.
Yeah, like
Fair
that's
enough.
crazy.
I'm just mad at my mic because it keeps drifting.
It's gonna be like Sid and Gino on there.
I don't know.
Now
Gino.
it's gone.
It's gonna- I don't know.
I'll be
Sid
Gino.
and Gino.
What?
You Sid.
Okay, I don't care.
It's
Doesn't
gonna
matter. We'll
be
figure it
like,
out.
Anthony Pavilion.
you know, who it's gonna be like. It's gonna be like
It's mice and men out there.
no, it's gonna be like me having to, like Ovechkin carrying a mid Capitals team to the playoffs.
Do you know who your teammate is?
I
know.
played hockey.
And
They're not
I
a
can't
not a
say
good
what I
start
was
at
gonna
team
say.
chemistry over here.
No, they're already rattled.
I never said that we were gonna be a team.
oh, so you don't
But
think
you don't
I'm
even
good enough
want
to be
him.
your teammate?
So
Well,
we're
no, I was thinking.
we already
that,
did the draft lottery.
Yeah.
The numbers are out. Bettman already
No,
texted
I
me.
was thinking that since you and I both actually played.
Yeah.
We don't stay on a team together.
No.
Yeah, so neither I.
Yeah.
But you guys are both tall.
Draft
Yeah, that
lottery.
doesn't-
And so
no.
I was thinking you get Nick, I get Jake.
We'll
Who's
do. We'll do.
calling
We'll
me?
do.
No, you get
Who is it?
She wants you.
Is it Morgan? Had her on the
Yeah.
pod. No.
Yeah.
Aw, boo.
Boo.
It's
we
me.
want-
That'd have been
Ryan.
funny. That'd have been
me,
really
Ryan.
funny.
Me and Ryan. That's
Morgan appearance. Morgan appearance.
Morgan
Okay,
appearance.
fine. I'll call her back real
Orlando
quick.
Morgan spawns into the pod.
I'll call her
Holy
back
cow.
real quick. Real quick, and then we'll do trivia.
What the? Oh, I was.
It's
What
Ryan and Jake against Megan and Nick next on NBC.
I'm in the middle of filming right now.
I don't feel like Shane Doan carrying the Arizona
No,
Coyotes.
it's okay.
so-
I hung
To the
up
first
on
round
you,
exit.
and then
Yeah.
they-
Hey, no, they
Pestered.
made
Shut
the
up!
they made the conference finals.
Dang. Sorry, mom.
What's
can you
up?
sit? Hi.
Hey,
What's up?
welcome to Have a Shift Day.
They told me to.
I can't even
call you
hear.
back.
Oh, it's my.
Oh, well, that's sweet. I
Ba-da-ba-ba.
forgot that you guys come on Thursdays now.
Huh?
I forgot that you guys
Is she coming to? Is she coming to have a shift day deck hockey?
No, she won't be home.
She Atlanta.
Yeah.
Fly her in.
Yeah, we'll fly her in.
My uncle can.
Yeah, the jet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna fly her in.
What are they trying to do?
They're trying to fly you in for Have a Shift Day deck hockey.
Have a shit day deck hockey. That sounds fun.
Yeah. Oh, let me get
She
your
rolled her
opinion.
eyes.
Okay.
The draft's over.
No. There was no draft. Let me get your opinion.
Batman
You
already
just
sent me a
really don't want to
text.
be with Nick. I mean,
No
Okay.
chemistry.
that's gotta hurt Nick.
All right,
It
everyone,
does.
we're getting Morgan's opinion on this. Okay, so Ryan and I both played hockey,
How long did you play, Megan?
like 4 years.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, I started late. Can I get my point here?
Oh.
And then Jake and Nick did not. Now I'm thinking for deck hockey that'd be fair if Ryan and Nick were a team, and then me and Jake were a team, because there's also a height thing. Because if
I'm
There's no
five.
height
I'm 5'4".
There's no height thing here.
no, you're not. You're taller than 5'4".
No, he's not.
Do you think those are fair teams considering height and skill,
I'm not. I don't even know how
Skill?
to shoot
How
a
long did
puck.
you play?
or height and experience? Height and experience.
Heightened skill is
Yeah.
crazy.
Height. I meant experience. You said that sounds fair, Morgan.
Yeah.
Thanks, Morgan.
Thanks, Morgan.
What a legend.
You're welcome, guys.
She was talking about my team suggestions, not yours.
Oh, damn, Morgan. Oh,
It's
Come on,
vetoed.
Morgan.
It's vetoed.
It's vetoed by the last three.
I'm not. Oh my gosh. Okay.
did she talk to Gary?
Gary has nothing to do with this.
Yes, he
He
does.
has everything to do with this.
He's the
Oh my
commissioner.
God.
He literally just texted us.
This is
too.
just deck hockey. What?
So this is NHL sanctioned deck hockey.
No, it's not. Say
Yes,
that
it
one more
is.
time.
What are our team suggestions?
I said you and Nick, me and Jake.
No.
No, what are they saying to suggest?
Oh, they're saying Ryan and Jake and me and Nick.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's good.
Thoughts?
I think Megan sounds better.
Is that biased though?
Yeah, a little
Bias.
bias.
No.
I feel bad.
If
Yeah,
you're
that's a
going
little
off of
biased.
height and experience, the Megan sounds the most fair.
Thank you.
All right, we'll further onto this, but I
Me and Ryan.
appreciate the input.
Also,
Appreciate
if I
the
had
input. Something to
if,
think about.
if I had a bad idea, Morgan would definitely tell me that if it was a bad idea.
Is that true?
1000%.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I respect it. I like the honesty. The honesty's all right.
Honesty's all right, but still mean right.
No, it's not. Okay, we have to keep.
We'll do a
filming
draft
now.
lottery. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to trivia. We are back, and sorry about that little thing. That was fun. Thanks to Morgan for putting the input. Appreciate the honesty. It was a lot of fun. But anyway, the time is 5:38, and we got trivia. Today's trivia is just absolutely going everywhere. I don't have a theme. It's just a bunch of different questions.
You don't have to have a theme.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you
Yeah, that was never.
We had a little controversy last time. Megan lost for like the first time, and she lost her mind and
Okay,
like went crazy.
no. I didn't
turned
lose.
we turned the camera off,
I
and then she
got
started just
second.
throwing stuff
If you're not
everywhere.
first, you're
That's-
last. If you're not
So-
first, you're last.
Hey, NASCAR shout out. NASCAR starts tonight, baby. Let's go. Anyway, let's go.
Okay.
All right.
go ahead.
First question.
Okay.
NASCAR's been going all along. No, I'm kidding. We're not doing
If it was
NASCAR.
a NASCAR question, we
I'd
would have
be-
If
problems.
it was a NASCAR
I'd walk
question, I
right
would have
out.
cried
I'd
of
just walked
happiness.
out of
I
there.
should just do that.
Okay.
I would have
So-
hugged you.
In
Whoa.
the city of Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah.
What is the city of Pittsburgh known for? Bridges.
Yeah.
How many bridges are in Pittsburgh,
Oh, no.
Pennsylvania?
I think I know
Oh,
this answer.
Do I have to know the exact?
Closest answer.
Okay.
He's doing the
Okay.
Jake formula there. I like it.
I don't think this is too high. Okay. I'm guessing.
Does everyone have an answer?
No, Nick's still going.
I do.
All right.
I know it's like in between. This,
All right, everybody, show your answers.
this is like the median.
There is a winner. Not on the dot. Megan.
Yes, I knew it was in the
How
400s.
much?
446 bridges in
Oh,
Pittsburgh,
Knew it was in the
Pennsylvania.
400s.
I thought it was in the 300s.
Nope. I knew it.
This guy said 716.
I did not.
No, he said 308.
Don't look at my board.
Is it 308?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really thought it was a 7.
They don't even look
Alrighty.
alike.
In
Yeah, they
Pittsburgh,
do.
Pennsylvania, we have a prodigy named Sidney Crosby. We have Four Nations Face-Off going on right now. He's playing for Team Canada. He's 26-0 as being a member of Team Canada. Now, that's a stat for the wins. How many points does Sidney Crosby have while wearing a Canadian sweater?
Oh, no, I just saw this last night.
today.
Closest answer
didn't see this
wins.
at all.
I think I know this.
It was not last night, by the way.
I
I
think
don't,
I know
I don't
it. I
see
think
it.
I got
They had a
it.
goal one, but not.
Wait, does this count like everything international?
Yeah,
Oh boy. Okay, I gotta go. Like,
since whenever he started.
I gotta go.
Wait, just the 26 wins?
Yeah, just well,
Just in
Wait,
that
just-
26 game span, the points.
yes.
Oh, just in that 26 game span.
That's,
Oh,
yeah. That's
Oh.
what this is. What
Is
the
this
stat is
it?
for. It is
Oh.
for when he started. Because that's all.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
all
go
he's
with
played in the
this.
Canadian jersey.
Really?
Yeah, 26 games.
No,
Not counting World Juniors.
no. I think they said since the golden goal, he's 26 now.
Yeah, that was just since the golden goal, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this stat's for all of them. My bad.
Wait, so this stat is for
I'm
every-
alone.
This stat is for all of them. I
Wait,
remember
wait,
looking at it.
wait,
It was
including
For
the
all time or just those 26 wins?
It was not the 26. Sorry, not the 26 wins. I was thinking
all
about
time, all time.
all time.
Okay.
Well, great. Now
I
I
don't
don't
even-
know.
Think about it. He's played 40 something games with the
Mhm.
Canadian sweater.
So I'm gonna
It's
go.
40 something.
Okay, we'll go with
Wait.
this. We'll just
I read this in an article. I'm not even kidding you. I looked up article about it. It actually came out like last week.
I
so-
think we need to look this one up after
and then I
this.
added the points from last night.
You added the points from last night.
Yeah,
How
'cause
many
it-
games did he play?
40 something. I forget. I'm not.
Alright, he's got to be a point per game. So
Mm, that might be a little too high.
Yes.
I don't know.
Do you want me to give you guys a hint?
No.
No.
No. No, we're gonna go with this.
Oh, you know what?
It's a nice in between of my two guesses.
All right.
I'm ready.
Someone is off by 1. Nick, 67 points.
Really?
Oh,
Wow.
Wow.
well, I guess I still would have lost if I put 63.
I like this closest answer. I like this.
I like this too.
It's not a bad format.
We're going to switch it up a little bit. Sometime the first thing the podcast has never done before.
Oh.
Huh? Huh?
Finish the quote.
Oh yes.
The quote is going to be by the famous John Tortorella.
Oh no!
Once he got asked a really stupid question by the reporter Larry Brooks.
I
He then
know,
talked
I
to
think-
Larry Brooks
I
and
already know
said,
this question.
Larry, you were probably beat up at the blank most of the time.
Oh,
what was
yep,
he beat
I
up
know,
at?
I know this one. I know this one.
Oh.
You don't know it?
I don't,
I feel like
but I'm just.
I
I
did
know
know.
you
I made
know
sure
it.
I knew, like the closest two. I was pretty close to the answers. I made sure I knew these answers before, just so I can give you guys
Larry,
some
you're
fair.
beat up at the blank.
Most of the time,
I got this in the bag.
I made sure I
This
knew
just
these answers
sounds-
before I
this
did it, so
sounds
it's not like, completely
logical.
unfair.
So this is critical thinking with my guess.
I probably know what you're gonna say.
you know what, I'm just gonna say that. I don't
Okay.
I know it's not correct, but
Okay,
I'm just guessing.
everyone, show your answers.
Is he saying the same thing I'm saying?
He's beat up at the bus stop. most of the time.
Yeah.
Me and Megan both said
Bus
bar.
stop.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like that question.
Good question.
We're all tied at 1, and you only have 2 questions left.
I think I have like maybe. I have some other one in like some other folders, so it should be all right.
Okay.
We should be all right. Okay.
The bar.
That sounds like critical thinking there,
Yeah.
right?
That was
I
the
like
first
the
thing that
answer.
came to my head.
I thought you said bus.
True
But
or false?
No.
Jaromir Jagr was named to the NHL's All-Star team 6 times in a row. True or false?
I can't overthink this one.
6 times in a row.
The year was 1995 to 2001. True.
Yes.
Yeah. You can't overthink that one.
The fact that you had years too, I feel like that should have been a giveaway.
Yeah, that's. it's not
Unless you were
good.
really, really.
that was
faking
like-
it.
I
that
need
was
a, I
like
need
his
a, I
prime,
need a
too.
closest answer question. Please.
Well, this is his.
I can change this to a closest answer.
yeah,
Aw.
Let's do
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Let's
I'll
do
change
that.
this one to it.
Let's do
Okay.
that.
Okay, fine.
All right, I do know the answer to this because it's actually I made sure I do for all these, so it's not like crazy. So if you guys should probably know this. The Stanley Cup, when it was first originated, was bought by Lord Stanley March 18th, 1893, which was known as the Dominion Hockey Challenge Cup. How much did he pay for the Stanley Cup?
Oh.
How much did he pay?
Oh, I remember reading
This
this
is in the
article
Hockey Hall of
about
Fame.
this.
This
Eight-
is,
So are we talking? Is
What
it in
year?
the thousands and the millions? Can we at least get that?
1893.
Is it
No,
thousands
no,
or
no, no,
millions?
no.
I
Okay, no,
cha-
don't give that. Don't
I'm
give
not going to give it, and
Yeah,
I
don't,
changed
don't,
it.
Don't.
I changed what the price was to what he paid because he paid a certain amount of these coins that ran up to this amount of money.
that. Mm.
No, wait, that's way too much. For
1890.
1890, I think he only paid like that or something. Somewhere close to that.
This seems
Yeah, I'm
pretty
going.
expensive in the 1890s.
Oh no. No, no, no.
Can
no,
you
no, I'm
stop
changing, I'm changing,
moving,
I'm changing,
please,
I'm changing,
microphone?
I'm changing.
I-
1890? 1890. I mean. All right.
Swear, me and my microphone.
No, 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 no. 'Cause- No.
Me and my
no.
microphone fight on a weekly basis.
I'm going with my gut. I'm sticking. I'm sticking. I'm sticking.
Alright.
I'm sticking. I'm sticking. I'm sticking. I'm
I have a
sticking.
Show
feeling
your
I'm way
answers.
too high.
So you had $1,000.
Definitely too high.
What is that? $915? Is
I had
that
15.
I have 15.
$15?
We both have
$15.
Oh, that's a dollar sign? I thought that was a 4.
That's a dollar sign.
Okay, holy crap! You guys are pretty close to off here.
Close to off, or
Both of you guess again.
Both of
You guys are actually
I'm way
no,
too high.
because okay. Well then, do you want me to just say the answer?
Yeah.
All right, Nick wins because you put 3. You're at the 2 then. 'Cause
Okay.
it's but you guys are the same one. So
How
how
mu-
do I make you not? So you're
How much
off.
was it?
Well,
So
were they
I'll-
both closest? Yeah,
well,
just-
you guys are the same one, so of course you're the closest.
Just give them each
How
the
m-
point then, and Nick's gonna win for.
Yeah, Nick.
Oh
won.
my gosh, Nick won back-to-back weeks.
back!
All right, it is now
What was the answer?
$48.67.
I had,
That's it.
I had 50.
I was way too high.
I was debating
I
between
had
15 and then I switched it to 35
I had
and then I went
50.
back down to 15.
I thought 50 was way too much in
I
1890.
thought 35 was
Yeah.
too much.
Apparently,
I even thought-
1,000 is way too
I thought
much.
15 was a lot in 1890.
I originally said 10 and then
Yeah.
15 and then 35 and then back to 15.
All right.
It's
Uh,
actually compared to
okay,
U.S. dollars
Jake,
at this
We
time
gotta figure out who gets second.
for being the price that he actually paid then in the 1800s, 1890s, goes up to only $1,700 today.
Dude, what?
So-
No, where's my point?
No, but that's at the time.
Womp womp.
I'm kidding. I'm
So
kidding.
you guys have to battle, or you and Jake have to battle it out. So you get
Oh
second.
no.
You guys ready?
Call me the Pittsburgh Penguins the way I go back to back.
Here we go.
Clay Drake.
Well, now you're gonna keep having a bunch of
Yeah.
first round exits.
Wait,
I have
wait,
one
wait.
question. I can turn it.
Uh,
I'm going to turn this into 2 in case it ties out here.
Oh
Okay.
no.
So, speaking of the Stanley Cup, on the inside of the rim of the Stanley Cup, which was originally the Punch Bowl, for the first team that won it ever in 1907, March 25th, what team won?
Can I just say the city?
Is it the Orioles, the Wanderers, the Dominions, or the Quebecs?
Cities, please.
Why'd you make a face?
No.
Why'd
Because
you
they
make a
didn't
face at
specify
the
on cities.
Wanderers?
Then.
Oh.
The who? Who's the second team?
Say them one more time.
The Orioles, Wanderers, Dominions, Quebecs.
I mean,
Whoopsies.
Mm,
I have a picture of the inside of the cup, which is pretty cool. What I got in Toronto.
I probably do too.
right. I got it. So why not?
Just for giggles.
I do too. Oh no.
There is a winner.
Oh no, it's not me.
B. Wanderers.
The Montreal Wanderers, baby.
The Wanderers defeated Kenora.
Debating!
They beat Kenora 12-8. March 25th, 1907 were the first ever winners of the Dominion Challenge Cup. So I just made the Dominions as a name to throw people off.
That yet did throw me
I read body language.
How? I read them
Nick.
How? I didn't even make a face.
Well, the first one you were like, and then he said Wanders, and you went
The
straight face. I was like,
Megan
that's
The
gotta be-
first one
Lost.
went like this.
Yeah.
and
Let's
then the
think, guys.
second one-
Let's think about this. Megan's hosting trivia next time.
Take
You
a seat.
lost. Wow.
Guess who went back to back?
Attaboy, Nick. Give me some.
Oh, babe.
Babe.
Did you guys like it? Was the quote
What?
question cool?
Yeah,
Do you want to
yeah,
keep
I
that
like
around?
that.
I think that
like
was kind of neat.
I like that.
Babe.
You may have
Babe
just
Ryan,
unleashed
good
a
quiz.
monster with the quotes.
That's not bad.
No, I
Oh, I
like it.
love
I'm
it. I
saying
love
it's
it.
like maybe maybe Megan does it next week.
God, she's sitting in a chair like that.
Oh,
while
no.
maniacally laughing. It's like
Now
Taylor
that
Swift when
quotes
she
are
goes
up.
I love that.
crazy.
Probably get beat up at the bus stop most of the
Yeah.
time.
Dude, that's
he
like-
had no idea what to say with that,
I-
which is
you
so
know, I
funny.
remember that because like when I was younger, I would always watch like John Tortorella clips.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna find quotes next time.
Oh god.
Holy cow! All right.
Might be cooked.
I should go quotes and stats.
I'm fine with that.
Oh well, Jake.
That'll be fun.
Jake's really stat guy, so.
What is your problem?
Rattled.
No, I'm just
Beyond rattled.
I'm yelling in my microphone for the umpteenth time today.
Umpteenth. That is a word I've never
All right.
heard you
Let's
use.
talk about
Never?
the pens.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, we're still a Penguins podcast. We just, they haven't played in a couple days, so we figured Four Nations. Let's talk about that first. So, the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Oh, I forgot like all this happened.
We had the dad's trip this weekend.
Yay, dad's trip.
Without Sid and Gino in the lineup, it was great. It was
was
half
pretty
great,
great.
really.
They played great against both teams.
The Penguins played great.
Yep. So the Penguins remembered it was my birthday on Friday and decided to win. So thank you. And we
Happy
beat the
birthday, Megan.
Rangers. We beat the Rangers 3-2. Getting goals from Beauvillier, Lizotte, and who's the other one? I literally said this for sideline. Raquel. It was Raquel. No, it wasn't
Ricky.
Beauvillier. It was Tomasino. Beauvillier was in Philly. Okay, my brain is comprehending now.
Comprehending that loss.
I'm talking about the
That
Rangers game.
hell.
Who did we just trade for? Literally an hour and a half ago.
Oh yeah, we made a trade. I thought there was
Yeah,
a roster
Nick.
freeze.
Uh,
So like,
Nick,
Huh?
get on that.
So it turns out a lot of people, like a lot of even insiders and stuff, were like under the impression that there was going to be a roster freeze, and I guess there never was one to begin with, but everyone assumed there was going to be one.
lies.
Apparently, what Elliot Friedman said, who apparently was like the only one, of course it was Elliot, was like the only one who knew there wasn't a roster freeze. Basically was like the NHL has told teams not to trade during this time, but they don't think GMs are going
It's
to
an
be like,
unwritten rule.
yeah, it's like an unwritten rule to not trade, but they think GMs are going to be like, sorry, Gary, we're like too close to the deadline.
Sorry.
So Kyle Dubas was one of those people who said, sorry, Gary. So why am I on? I'm on the wrong app. I'm
I
so
was just
sorry.
thinking maybe since it's like a minor league trade or something.
Yeah, it was a minor league trade.
Maybe
Very,
that's
very
why.
minor league trade. So the Pittsburgh Penguins acquired Mateus Lafreniere, who I'm pretty sure is the brother of Alex Lafreniere, who from the LA Kings. Not Lafreniere, the other one.
The Farrier.
Lafreniere, yeah, Mateus Lafreniere, who I'm pretty sure is the brother of. Okay, I'm pretty sure is the brother of Alex Lafreniere, of LA. Could be wrong though. We got him from St. Louis in exchange for Corey Andonovsky, who's an AHL player. So this is the latest in AHL trade. Yeah,
Cool.
that's it. That's all I got for you.
Not really much to go off of that one.
No, like really not. I mean,
Penguins played pretty hard in these two games. Sullivan got everything out of them,
yeah.
but we need to lose.
Yeah, well, they did that against Philly.
Yeah,
Good
Flyers
work.
Hate Night didn't go very well.
Um,
But just a gutsy win by us against the Rangers, not having Sid or Gino in the lineup. Like, it was. I talked about it last week with us still speculating if he was going to play. Like, I felt like it was a good time for them to be like, okay, we need to learn how to step it up without our best player, and they really did against the Rangers. And also, the Rangers gave up a 2-1 lead, which was fantastic. But yeah, Flyers game was unfortunate. I think just didn't get as many opportunities.
I mean, we
Almost had a goal taken
outshot
away.
them 33-20.
Oh, never mind. I was not paying attention. That's gonna look great.
I
for
did
me.
not watch the Flyers game.
I did not watch it either.
I had it on. I was just hanging out with people, so I was not paying attention very much. But Rust was also hurt in that game, so
Yeah.
Jake, if you have any takeaways from that Flyers game, because you might be the only person who paid 100% attention.
Takeaways: we lost a close game in Philadelphia over the break. They played hard. I mean, Carlson had a nice goal there. Had a nice shot. I think Carlson needs to use his shot more, a little bit. I think he's got a wicked wrist shot that he doesn't use as much. Raquel gets a point in the game, but I think we're just losing Crosby, Malkin, Russ. That's too much to
Mhm.
overcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a great job overcoming against the Rangers, but then Rust went down, and it's this is too much. We just couldn't handle it, but
Mm-hmm.
I was happy we came out without at least one win in that span.
1-1 for the dads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1-1 for the dads. Don't
Against the
go
Rangers, too.
don't
Yeah.
go 0-2 on your dad's trip like the Nashville Predators.
I made you happy.
Huh?
Beat the Rangers. Made you happy.
I want to.
That was a fun game to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's got another of a draft pick.
Okay.
Hey, we got the Rangers draft pick.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I guess that is a good point.
yeah.
But I want next year's Rangers draft pick.
Well, for both of those
That's
games,
fair.
because of all the injuries, we did bring up Emil Bemstrom, which I'm hoping we keep him up.
He's been playing really good in the AHL.
Yeah, which we sent him back down because of the break, correct?
Yes. We sent a lot of, basically every NHL team sent, a lot of players down.
Yeah,
so that way
there
the
were people
team could
freaking
play.
out because they saw we sent Blomqvist down, brought up Jari.
No, that's
Nobody
just-
panic. We
No.
just sent Blomqvist down there to play more.
Yeah.
And Jari is getting a vacation that he doesn't fully deserve, but it's fine.
I think the biggest thing I want to see in the second half of the year is these young guys getting plenty of time in the NHL.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're obviously not
Yes.
making the playoffs. Let's see what we got. Give these guys some experience of playing, because teams playing against us are going to be playing for their playoff lives.
Yeah.
They're going to be playing desperate. So this is a
Mhm.
good opportunity for the young guys to play against desperate teams that are trying to get in the playoffs. And there's no reason why we shouldn't do this.
I agree. I
agree
definitely
with that.
agree. Definitely just take a look at what we have. And I know the future. I know Kyle wants to try and get younger, add some more younger pieces. So let's see what we have and see how we can build around those.
Yeah.
But one piece that we got rid of over this past week was we put Jesse Puljujarvi on waivers for reason. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know.
To
To
terminate
terminate
his
his contract. For purpose of terminating his contract. Purpose was the word I was looking
Remember
for,
he was
too, then.
supposed to be our savior last year?
Yeah, you can't do that anymore, Nick.
I know, he plays for
Sorry.
the Charlotte Checkers now.
Yep, he's with the Florida Panthers organization in their minor league
Charlotte
Charlotte Checkers.
Why
But
you
we
this
picked,
on the Charlotte Checkers?
but we
It's
did
actually
pick,
probably a nice place to play.
we did pick
Charlotte?
up
Yeah.
someone.
Go ahead.
Thank you. We did pick up someone from waivers. Defenseman Vladislav Kolyachonok. I tried that. I tried. Did I say it right?
Kolyachonok.
I was close. From Utah.
This is going to be a difference in the thing of making the playoffs or not. This is a game-breaking deal. No, I'm joking.
I was gonna say, really? Did I miss something here?
I'm gonna slap you.
But
Yeah, top defenseman.
yep.
That's really it. That's really it.
The guy that we'll say once on the show and probably never mention again.
Yep. So do
We have a better odds of getting him on the podcast than we do of him scoring a goal this season.
I wouldn't say that. I definitely wouldn't say that.
Oh, wow.
You would believe in Vladislav him?
I
Can't even
Well,
say-
here's the thing. The thing about how he's been playing this year is that the guy's got tenacity. The guy's got speed. He's younger, and he's putting shots on net, and that's what we need defensemen to do. And that's what he's doing. And he's causing a lot of these goals to happen. He's got points on the board.
He's backing his boy up.
You know what I
You're
mean?
backing your boy Vladislav.
Okay.
Well, I don't understand.
Okay,
Like, I
Ryan.
don't think the reasoning is to just give up on this guy. You know what I mean? We haven't even seen him play in a Penn sweater yet.
I'm not gonna give up on him.
You
yet.
giving up on
Like,
him, Nick?
I'm
You
not giving up.
I'm
on
thinking.
him.
I'm thinking. The
said
fact
we-
is, this guy's also got. He's also got grit to the point where if something's not going his way, if he noticed that he took 3 shots and they're not making it to the net, he's gonna bring that puck up. He needs to realize that the winger or this other defenseman's gonna back him up because that's what he saw in Utah. His few goals that he's had in Utah is pushing. He's like, he'd have a few shots. I'd watch these highlights, and you'd have shots that wouldn't go to the net. He's like, all right, fine, whatever. So he takes the puck for him. He takes the puck down in. Winger busts up, and this defenseman moves back behind him. Now they trade positions. He gets up in there and puts a shot low and hard on the net. They get rebounds. They score. I mean,
Well,
he's got
someone
good
did their
tenacity for this
research.
guy. You know
He's
what I
Let
mean?
him cook.
He's a
Let him
scout.
cook. Wow. Okay, Ryan.
Good job,
Thank you.
Ryan.
And well, I'm just thinking. Thank you, but I'm thinking he's just gotta, like I'm thinking he's just got to put these
He's a
efforts into
scout.
this team. You know?
Okay.
Ryan,
Well.
Who do you
well,
think told Dubas to go get this guy?
Ryan.
Okay.
apparently.
Okay, so Ryan's
Whatever.
officially the new Have a Shift Day scout.
Yeah. So I didn't even bother looking at him because I thought he was a mid, but I guess he's good according to Ryan.
I wouldn't say he's great, but he's definitely got that effort that I think he
He's
could
a
do well
depth
with the guys we
piece.
have.
You know
so.
what?
You're a big effort guy.
You know what, Ryan?
I love
I know
it.
you love effort.
I love effort.
Ryan's
shouldn't you?
Ryan's convinced me. I think we have a better chance of him scoring than
Him getting on
Him
the
getting
podcast.
on our podcast
that
now.
was a pretty outrageous statement.
I'm
Um,
sorry, that was an outrageous statement.
Now,
Vladislav,
don't get me wrong now. He's not putting up much stuff, but I definitely think he's going to be involved. He's going to be on the ice for goals.
How old is he?
oh, he's like
He's young.
26,
Yeah.
Use him.
younger,
Mm.
maybe.
He's like mid-20s. That's young. That's
Let me
young.
check. I'll find
For
out.
us, it's young.
Play him.
All right, Vladislav, you're welcome on the pod anytime. I'm not trying to slander you. I
He probably
promise.
won't want to come on after that
No,
comment.
I'm
you said.
sorry. I'll take you out for lunch or something.
He's 23.
Yeah, I love it. I
Oh,
think
okay.
that's
Yeah,
great.
you're definitely welcome on the podcast. I'm so sorry, Daddy. I'm sorry. You're welcome on the podcast.
Okay, now he's not gonna want to come.
Probably creeped him out.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, you kind of scared
Let's-
him off, dude.
let's-
He was
Um,
definitely going to come on.
Yeah, he's listening, and then your dad.
Do we have any
pop?
possible outlook on the trade deadline for the Penguins, or do we think we're done,
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
or no?
Sell everything.
What do you want in terms of an outlook? Because, like,
Sell everything.
Do you think someone's gonna get traded?
He's a big boy, too.
You think Dubas is
for the
put
Penguins,
the phone away
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Penguins?
6'1",
for
203.
us or away from us? Like, are we
This
trading?
may be
I
a hot
mean, say
take.
goodbye to, like,
This may-
half our
this may
roster,
be a hot.
buddy.
I don't think Letang finished his career as a Penguin.
No, I think
Oh.
Letang's. I wouldn't.
I
I
don't
don't
think
want to. I don't know about this deadline, but like,
because he seems like
like-
the guy. Like he hasn't always preached out. He hasn't preached like, oh, I'm staying in Pittsburgh the rest of my career. Like he hasn't come out and like
yeah.
said that.
Yeah, I feel like it was just Sid and Gino saying that.
I think Gino retires next
Honestly, I'm quite curious. I know Matt Grizzlick. I think it's getting more that he's gonna be gone.
year. A team can use him on the power play.
That's what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Matt Grizzlick actually seems probably like the likeliest Penguin to go right now.
Whatever rental.
Eric
I don't-
Carlson, I think.
yeah.
I think there's a.
I think that's an off-season move.
Honestly, I don't know because Ottawa's on a playoff hunt, and apparently they're interested in reuniting with Carlson. So
Get him.
Interesting.
if you want him,
Bye.
honestly, you know what I wouldn't be surprised about. We saw how good Carlson played in his first game with
Yeah,
Sweden.
when he's actually playing for something meaningful.
I'm curious on if he keeps playing like this, if that'll up his trade stock,
Yeah.
and he could be gone by the deadline.
Okay. That's
Just
Interesting.
me like.
I mean, at
say
this
great-
Carlson.
it's a
point, at
great
this
point.
point of the deadline, though, it's gonna be hard for a team to take on 10 million of cap.
With the cap rising though,
Yeah, that's why I said I think off-season.
It's
I-
definitely not going to be a team who is questionable about making the playoffs.
Yeah,
it's going to
like,
be a
it's
team
gonna be
who's
a
in a cup run.
surefire
Yeah.
playoff team.
one team that I wonder about because they have a ton of cap space, and they're like close. Like they're gonna have like, I think last time I read they're gonna have like 30-something million in cap space for the trade deadline, and they are right there in a playoff like position.
Utah.
Is Calgary?
Oh.
They have like 30 million or something
I don't
in
think.
available
I
cap.
don't think that's the right move for Calgary right now.
I don't think I don't see Carlson going to Calgary.
I don't either, but like I'm just once again I'm just like throwing stuff out there.
Calgary, I think they need to make moves to the future. I don't think that's a good move.
I mean, they literally bought and got Frost and
Those are
Peltier.
younger guys, though. I think.
Not Peltier. They traded away Peltier. Frost and Fairby.
Those are younger guys, though.
Well, yeah, but it's still a buy.
I don't think there's a reason to go spend $10.5 million for a 34-year-old defenseman.
I don't know. We get somebody back like, I don't know, who do you want back from Calgary?
Prospect.
I mean, it's probably never going to happen. The only team I actually see Carlson, at least right now, getting traded to is Ottawa. Is returning to Ottawa.
He has to accept the trade, right? He's got no trade.
Yeah, but like, I think there is like a mutual.
Yeah, I think
Interest.
there's mutual interest. Yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, if Ottawa wants to pull that trigger at the deadline, by all means, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. But, like,
I think we're yapping too much on this.
Yeah,
do.
you are.
Okay.
This last thing I do want to say, I don't think it's going to be a deadline move. I agree with you. I think it'll be an off-season move, if anything. But you never know. We didn't expect Ranton to be traded, so
Yep.
honestly, this is. I feel like this is going to be the trade deadline.
Ranton is going to be Chicago Blackhawks. So
Whatever.
whatever.
Stop moving, microphone.
Honestly, I think he'd be a Calgary Flame. Like, real talk, though,
would
going
be
on in
amazing.
Calgary.
Brandon's struggling in Carolina.
Yeah, but, like, if they're talking about moving him again,
I think
Calgary's a team that is, like, super, because, like, with that cap space I mentioned, super interested on getting a player who's going to be a free agent, like, making that bold move.
Well, that's what they do. They're like, well, that's what they did with Jake. They're like, we're going to win a cup. They didn't win the cup. All right, we don't want to spend that much money for him. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Bye.
Bye.
and I think they could, I think
I think for a
people are going to
skill,
be surprised because
a
I
skilled
honestly think
position
Rantane's gonna
player
get
like,
retraded.
Miko Rantanen, like they play a style which
You have to have that fit. I don't think he's fit so far in Carolina, which I know I hate to say because like he's a top 5 winger in the league. Let's be real here, but yeah,
Okay.
Let's move on.
One more thing in
can
regards to
talk
the
about that all
Penguins. Ryan, would you like to tell us the one more thing?
yeah,
Yes,
Ryan,
please.
you found out about this.
So,
I thought I
QMJHL, where
did.
Sidney Crosby played with him, Rimouski Oceana for 2 years, broke some records, did fantastic things.
You know, just a little bit of hockey.
Was now is a huge part of the QMJHL. You have the Rookie of the Year, which Sidney did, of course, right away when he joined. Now the trophy for the Rookie Year, beautiful trophy, is now named after Sidney Crosby and is the Sidney Crosby Rookie of the Year trophy.
Slay.
So, awesome job, Sid. Super humble. It was a nice little presentation, great award, and it's got his name right on the front on the plaque. And now any rookie who gets the honor, be able to take that home with them.
Do you think there'll be another award named after him?
I
Really?
wouldn't be surprised. I definitely wouldn't be surprised. I don't know
I
what.
feel like. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. I just didn't know what.
I don't know.
I feel like this is like not really related to Quebec. This is more related to NHL. But I kind of get the feeling that once Ovechkin retires, they're going to rename the
Rocket Richard.
Rocket Richard to the Alex
Please
Ovechkin.
do not do that.
No, I
I
can't
don't
have
think-
an
I
Ovechkin
think they
trophy.
should do that.
That
I mean-
would be terrible.
I know you hate
The
to,
Ovechkin
but like,
trophy.
No.
come
I
on,
don't-
he's
I
going to
don't-
go
I don't-
down as the best
at this
goal
But the
point,
scorer.
Richard
at
is
this
the
point where the
Richard.
Penguins are, I don't get the hate towards Ovechkin. Like I think it would be a great
No,
thing to break the record.
I
don't hate the Capitals.
I think
much
the
as
rec- I think the
I've
record's fine.
mentally
I just
accepted it.
the trophy. It's the Richard. It needs to stay the Richard.
Yeah, what sounds
There's a
cooler,
there's
the
a certain.
Alex Ovechkin trophy or the Rocket
The
Richard
Grade
about
8
the-
trophy.
the Grade 8, the OV trophy.
I think
The OV trophy.
no.
Cook
I,
it.
You're
I-
not
Yeah.
helping me.
I think there are a certain amount of trophies that you need to keep the same, and I think there's ones that definitely could be changed. I believe the Rookie of the Year for Crosby, and I'm not saying not biased whatsoever. If I didn't think it needed to be moved, I would 100% say it does not need to be moved to a different name. But I feel like things like the Richard, the Ted Lindsay, like of course, you got like the Smythe, things like that. Those are names, you just kind of I feel like just don't need to be
Yeah.
changed.
That's fair. I get that.
Thought I'd ask.
Oh, why do I keep yawning? I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
Just to wrap things up here, I don't
Love
know
the Ted
how
Lindsay.
I don't know how much
Ted
you guys will be
Lindsay
able
is
to.
an elite hockey name. Sorry, Megan. Go ahead.
I don't know how much you guys will be able to answer this Pucks and Deep. Who came up with it? Was it
Me.
Okay. What is the best international jersey of all time in your opinion? That is our Pucks and Deep this week.
I gotta search up the phone.
Oh yeah, mine.
Why don't you go ahead then, Nick?
Those Canada All Blacks.
Which ones?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
No. It was. I think it was like 2014 Canada Black jersey. I think it was 2014. No. Not 2014. Not 2014.
I got mine.
It was just like a Nike one, like these, with like the shoulder patches.
They did that for the World Juniors, right?
Yeah, the World Junior ones.
Yeah, those are pretty nice.
I got mine.
I don't know. I just really like the classic one they usually wear for the World Juniors that just says USA across the white one. I think. I mean, that's probably just my favorite. I don't think it's the best. There are nicer jerseys than that, but I don't know. I feel like I should have prepared more for this.
I'm
What do you
going the
think?
2010 USA jersey in the Olympics.
Let me look at
That's
those
fair.
again.
Oh, I do need to give a shout out to the World Cup of Hockey Russia jerseys.
Let me see.
Those were beautiful.
Can I see?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, those are pretty nice.
Yeah.
Okay. 2010 USA is not bad. Yeah, here's mine that I like. I definitely talked about it before, but it's pretty. What about you, Ryan?
I don't know. I really like this jersey, but I think I believe that the leaf should be changed. So I guess that's not my answer.
I do gotta give a other shout out to the USA's jersey they wore against Canada in the outdoor game. The Bills inspired jersey.
That was a pretty sick one.
Oh, that one was sick. Yeah, here's a better look at the Canada jersey. Dude, it's nice. That's probably my top 3, honestly.
You can pick your favorite if you want, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go with I'm just gonna go with this one. I think the leaf should be changed, but I'm just gonna go with it. I need to find it again.
Wait, what's this jersey?
I saw that. If you haven't seen the Team USA photo for the Four Nations, Connor Hellbuck and Kyle Connor are sitting right next to each other. You cannot see Connor Hellbuck's neck, but you can see plenty of Kyle Connor's. And it's been memed, of course, because it's the internet.
I think this is like, I don't even know if I like it in, because I like a lot of them,
I think my headphones are backwards.
but I think I'm gonna go with when Adidas worked with the 2016 World Cup of Hockey for Canada. The leaf I'm not a big fan of, but I really like the sleeves.
That's fair.
I don't know.
I kind of
Yeah.
like the leaf, I'm not going to lie.
I like it.
I like the leaf.
I like the sleeves.
I like the white. I like the white
Yeah.
jerseys. The
My
white jerseys are
my
really cool.
parents have the home jersey.
I think it's really cool. And it's like a good pawn jersey. It's like, I don't know.
Dude, I never knew these existed. There's like a black and gold Canada jersey.
Are you sure that's not edited?
No,
It's definitely like
they
made-
wore it in 2013 apparently for the World Juniors.
Oh.
Cool.
I never.
Okay.
Oh,
Well-
it was for the U.S. for the Women's World Championship. They wore that jersey. Dude, that's sick.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all for us this week. It's time to wrap up. We're excited for the rest of the Four Nations face-off.
It's lit.
So
We're playing.
thanks to the Media Hub, as always. Make sure you're following on our social media. Make sure you find us on Instagram at haveashift.a and TikTok and X on haveashift_a. If this is your first time watching and you found us on TikTok, thank you for watching so much. We're so glad
Please,
you're here.
if you don't mind, sorry, Megan, please, if you guys find us on any social media or anything like that, please comment on some of the videos or comment on and let us know how you heard about us.
Yeah.
'Cause we- We'd
Yeah,
like
that's
to
a
hear
great
that.
question.
Yeah.
We'd like to hear that feedback and, to see what we need to post more of or what
Yeah, let us know what you guys want
workspace
to
we should
see.
work more of. So
Yeah.
Let us know what content you guys
Good
want to
call.
see.
Speaking of content, since we're going to be off for 2 weeks, we are make sure you're following our TikTok and Instagram because we will be covering the I almost said World Juniors, the Four Nations face off while we're all on break on our separate ways. We're going to probably separate ways. I don't know why I said that.
We're gonna be all over the United States. It'll be fun.
Be all over the map.
We're
Make
all
sure-
over the map.
Make sure you're subscribed to the Have a Shift Day channel because we're going to try and have a Four Nations face-off recap video come out after the tournament is done, just so we're getting some stuff out there for you guys. We don't want to go completely dark. Subscribe to Inside the Rink on YouTube as well.
I love
and
you all.
I don't know what they were doing.
We have a lot of things coming up. We got have a shift day, deck hockey. We might have a trade deadline thing coming up. So there's a lot in store.
We have
They have a lot in
dinner
store
at
coming
Megan's
up here.
house.
That's not
that-
going to be vlogged.
That vlog is
though.
going to be nuts.
No, we're not
We're not
vlogging
vlog-
that.
Wait,
not?
wait! I just came up with this.
All right.
Have a shift day food review of Megan's dinner.
That's kind of.
That's kinda-
No.
We're getting a free meal. Like,
Yeah.
No.
What if
That's
this is a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Can you
Thanks,
imagine, though? That's insane.
Thank you, Lucas.
That's actually that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought I cooked, but now you guys made me realize
That's-
that was not
It
a
was
good
really
bad.
idea.
That was really bad.
I'm
was
sorry.
bad.
I'm sorry.
And I don't think we're even going to vlog that dinner. So
That's okay, but we will
That's
vlog
okay.
hockey and it'll be a lot of fun. So.
Mhm.
Paparazzi's got to relax here.
yeah, that's why I said we're not
Paparazzi.
going to vlog that dinner.
Can't even walk to the point without the paparazzi.
That's
Awesome.
true. We can even
Okay,
walk
we
around
will
the
be
city
back
anymore.
in a couple weeks. Ryan's done. I think he's got to go.
I got to get out of here.
Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye. Have a shift day.
Bye.